Good evening and welcome to the CCM Fans Report. I'm Arthur Fischel.
And I'm Martha Fischel. Tonight, the Mariners conquer the Heat at Kayo Stadium.
3 points secured in the humidity.
A Brisbane coach secures another red card.
And a commentary team secures a place in the fiction section of the local library.
Honestly, Arthur, if that broadcast was any more one-sided, it would have capsized.
A fair assessment. Let's look at the data. Round 16, Kayo Stadium, Brisbane Roar, 1. Central Coast Mariners, 2. A professional performance in oppressive humidity, marred somewhat by the theatrical productions occurring on the home bench and the broadcast box.
The broadcast box? Arthur, that wasn't a broadcast. That was a PR campaign for Brisbane Roar, disguised as commentary. It was Eric Partalu on the mic, apparently.
Yes, the former Brisbane Roar midfielder, a sturdy player in his day.
Well, the forum wasn't impressed with his sturdiness. One fan asked, "Who's this Eric guy? Never heard of him." Another suggested he sounded like an Estonian backpacker, before settling on the nickname Eric Portaloo.
That is vivid.
It's accurate. The consensus was that the bias was appalling, noting that every time a Brisbane player hacked us down, it was called toughness. But when we stood our ground, we were the villains. Honestly, Arthur, I haven't heard a broadcast that one-sided since you narrated your own birthday party.
It was a significant milestone, and the speeches required structure. But on the pitch, the football spoke louder. Brisbane opened the scoring in the 44th minute through D'Agostino after a defensive lapse. It looked briefly like a difficult afternoon.
For exactly 3 minutes. Then young Miguel Di Pizio popped up in stoppage time. Bang, 1-1. One comment simply read, "Get the F in, Migs." And while I can't condone the language, the sentiment was universal.
The match descended into a series of interruptions. By the final whistle, Brisbane had committed 18 fouls to our 9. A disjointed affair, settled in the 79th minute by an unlikely source. A corner, a scramble, and Storm Roo.
The veteran, Stormy. He's scored 9 goals in 285 games. As someone pointed out online, that is a better hit rate than some of our strikers. Put him up front, Arthur.
I wouldn't go that far, but it secured the 3 points. However, the real statistic of note came after the final whistle. Michael Valkanis, the Brisbane coach, received a red card, his second of the season, both against us.
The Valkanis volcano. Honestly, the man is angrier than a magpie in September. One supporter hopes he steps on a Lego, which is the most vicious curse a person can wish on another human being.
Indeed, it was ugly scenes, but Valkanis remained defiant in the press conference. He said he didn't even want to speak about the game.
I don't even want to speak about the game.
Well, at least he and the commentary team finally agree on something. Neither of them wanted to talk about the actual football.
Quite. Back-to-back wins, moving up the ladder and leaving the Roar to shout at the clouds.
And shout at the ref and the linesman, and probably the Lego.
To help us process the tactical nuances of Brisbane's emotional collapse, we are joined now by our senior technical consultant, fresh from his scouting trip to the deeper parts of Moldova, Viktor Grassfeld. Good evening.
Arthur, Martha, the soil is dry, but the turnips are listening.
Quite. Victor, I want to ask you about the Valkanis press. The Brisbane coach received another red card for aggressive dissent. Is this a high-level strategy to disrupt the officiating bloc?
Arthur, you look at the man screaming and you see strategy. I look at the man screaming and I see a tractor driver who has lost the key to the shed.
So he's just angry?
He is fighting the weather, Martha. When the wolf comes for the sheep, you can shout at the wolf. The wolf does not care. The wolf eats the sheep. Valkanis shouts at the referee. The referee gives the card. It is the same. He is trying to harvest the wheat by yelling at the field.
A fascinating breakdown of the inefficiency of the verbal press. Now, regarding the broadcast, the fans felt the commentary team was heavily biased toward the home side. Is there a tactical advantage to controlling the audio narrative?
This is the village gossip protocol. In my village, there is a man, Petru. He owes money to the mayor. So every time the mayor speaks, Petru says, "Ah, what a voice, like an angel," even if the mayor is just coughing.
So the commentator owes Brisbane money?
He owes them his history. He cannot see the game, Martha. He sees only his own reflection in the puddle. He describes a strong tackle because he remembers when he made a strong tackle. He does not see the foul. He sees his own glory. It is not commentary. It is a diary entry read aloud to a microphone.
A devastating critique of the broadcast's cognitive bias. Outstanding analysis. Victor, does this anger strategy yield high-performance metrics for Brisbane long-term?
Arthur, you cannot build a house on a foundation of screaming. Eventually the throat goes dry. Eventually the Lego appears under the foot. And then you are just a man standing in the rain staring at the red card.
Technical perfection. Viktor Grassfeld, thank you for that data.
Check your fences, Arthur. The goats are restless.
Time now for the Mooned report. With the victory in Brisbane, the men's ledger records a mooned. That brings our season tally to 5 moonings, 4 half-moons and 7 lunar eclipses.
5 teams mooned, a solid effort, though, given Brisbane's reaction, I wonder if the anger stems from their history with a certain Warren moon. Perhaps the celestial terminology brings up bad memories.
A plausible theory. The result also moves us up to 10th on the ladder, overtaking Wellington and putting us just 4 points off 6th place. We move now to the schedule. The men's team have earned a week off to recover from the humidity.
But the women are clocking up the air miles. They travel to Wellington to face the Phoenix. That is Sunday, February 15th at 2 p.m.
A challenging fixture. We wish them well. That concludes our business for the evening. A chaotic win, a confused broadcast, and a red card for the scrapbook. Until next time, this has been the CCM Fans Report.
Go the Mariners!
And finally, Michael Valkanis was asked why he keeps auditioning for the CCM Fans Report.
Because I've said there should be a TV show for these sort of things.
Welcome to the show, Michael.